All right, guys, welcome back to Wealthy Mentor Trading. Today is July the 25th, 2021. Today, I'm going to be looking at the S&P 500. I'm also going to be looking at some of our watch list names, some names that caught my attention. Most notably is Facebook, ROKU, Moderna, Snap. They had great earnings along with Chewy, Twitter. Again, great earnings on Twitter, HD, ZI, and Doku for today. Okay, as you guys can see here, we do have the S&P 500, and had a pretty bullish week. We started off the week with a gap down, hitting that 4250 mark, which also coincided with the gap that we left back on June the 23rd, 2021. I mentioned that briefly in my last video. Buyers stepped in on Tuesday, buying the dip, essentially creating this V-shaped pattern that you guys can see here, right at that support line. And it pretty much it was significant reversal in the markets. We closed Friday's session at all-time highs at that 4,400 psychological resistance, which was pretty bullish. We sliced through that like butter. I'm looking to see if we could hold that 4,400 line going into next week. Potentially, we could see a retest of that 4,400 line. So we could drop down here, test the strength to see if buyers step in, and then move forward. I do have targets above that 4,415 line for take profits at that 430 and 450 line ahead. I do have round numbers there because stocks tend to move in round numbers and respect that. But overall, the market's pretty bullish. Filling that gap down at that 4230 line and bouncing off support, creating that V-shaped correction. You can't say much more than that. The market's in good condition. Obviously, the inflation is all the way up there, but who cares, right? As long as you're making money and understanding how to trade, that's all we care about here. Okay. But before we get started, guys, I do like to bring to your attention that the sale that we're having on here, I know you've seen me post on Instagram quite a bit about the $30, 30 days. And I am going to switch over here and give you guys a quick brief. So again, 30 days for $30. It's limited time offer. So trading starts on August the 1st. So here's what you get. You get full access to our Discord channel, all 17 plus channels, market overview, market watch lists. We update those every single day. Low cap swing trading names. We have marijuana swing trading names, airline swing trading names, growth IPOs, meme stocks, whatever you want, we got it. We got weekly stock breakdowns, my daily game plan for the day if you are day trading, our options call outs, analyst upgrades, option sweeps, everything that you can ask for. And we also have Benzinga Squawk to keep you updated minute by minute on any type of breaking news. I'm also offering a 1-hour intro video on how to set up your charts like mine, a group run through Q&A. And I'm also offering the Wealthy Mentor Trading candlestick guide, which I normally sell for $30, and that's even included in there. So it's a great bundle to have. And how to join. I've been asked this a million times. So again, just DM me on IG and your spot will be reserved. And if you want to go ahead and just check out, just click the link in the bio on IG and that will take you to our checkout page. And once you get all paid up and everything, your membership starts on August the 1st and ends at the end of August. And here are some of our members' profits, killing it, right? We have $1,400 here, $2,300 on the day, $1,200. Hands down the best group to ever be in. Appreciate you guys. Wonderful comments. Here's some more profits here. $3,000 on the day, over $1,100 on the AMC trade. You saw me post that quite a bit. Also Tesla, Neo. You want it, we got it. So, some great members here and some great feedback. First day of trading options, made profit. Couldn't have done it without your expertise. I love guys that come out and, say that. It's wonderful to hear that people are progressing as traders. Hands down the best group to be in. You called it. Made it out with a profit. So that's just some of our trader feedback that we get at Wealthy Mentor Trading. Some frequently asked questions. Can you trade with a 9 to 5? Yes, you can. We have swing trading names that you don't have to be on your computer 24/7. You can watch and schedule your entries and your exits based on our charts that we provide every single week. We do update those every week with new targets. Uh, will I receive trade signals? So what happens is we do have day trading, and we will keep you apprised of your entries and your exits through our commentary in our trading options chat. So you'll always be aware what's happening and what my thoughts are, and if it's a great volume, you should get into there. So as a trader, I want you to think and not necessarily just give you the answer, because that will make you a better trader down the road. As the famous saying goes, you give a man a fish, he eats for a day. You teach a man a fish, he eats for a lifetime. So essentially, that's what I want to instill in all my members. Again, I'm a beginner. Can I still join? I mean, whether you're a novice or you're a pro, you're still going to find value in this. You're going to learn from us. It may come off as a new language for you, but guess what? Even if you're not taking a trade and you're just watching, you're going to learn a lot. And obviously, I'm here to help you with 24/7 support. Okay. So that is our Discord 30 days for $30. If you have any questions, just please send me a message on IG and with any of your concerns. Okay. So heading back to our daily watch list, I am going to start with, it's a packed filled stream. I'm going to start with Facebook. So FB is the ticker. Going to switch over here to the 4-hour time frame. Actually, you know what? Yeah, we are going to switch over here to the 4-hour time frame to give you guys a better outlook. And as you guys can see here, big move on Facebook, closing at all-time highs on Friday. The reason for this push was because Snap and Twitter surged on a wave of digital ad sales. That also gave Facebook, obviously, the run up as well with their ad sales and whatnot. We do have a blue sky breakout above that 375 line. So I am looking above that going into next week. I do have targets of 380 and 384 as my overhead. Also, if we receive a pullback, look for this 362 line to hold, as we did create a bull flag here on the 4-hour before breaking out. So to me, this is key support, 362 to 360. If we break that, we do have some key support here at that 357.5 mark. Okay, with some price action over here. This was previous resistance, now turns support on the way down. Okay, so keep that in mind on Facebook. We also do have analyst upgrades of $400 plus. So I am pretty bullish on Facebook going into next week, as long as the tech sector can hold up and obviously the S&P 500 stays above that 4,400 psychological. Okay, so that is Facebook on the 4-hour time frame, and I'm pretty bullish on that. Another name I want to discuss is ROKU. ROKU is the ticker. Big strong move on ROKU. News came out that they'll be streaming the Olympics, and as you guys can see here, huge candlesticks here, massive volume. This is on the 4-hour, so this is very strong volume. Buyers stepping in, breaking that 430 resistance, and we are in sights of all-time highs. We closed 12% on Friday, which is pretty huge. I am looking at a break above that 480 line, which is nearing all-time highs. I have take profits at that 485, 490 area. So those are my two take profits. And I also have a bullish target right here at that $500 psychological resistance. We haven't tested these areas since back in February. So, it's an exciting time for names like ROKU and the whole tech sector pushing up like this. Key support I do have at that 264, 260 area, just because we hit a top here back on June the 30th. I am looking at that previous resistance to turn support. So I am looking at a hold here. If that breaks, we do have some strong support at that 245, 240 line. So again, just like Facebook, I'm pretty bullish on ROKU as well. Again, we are approaching those all-time highs around that 485, 490 mark. So I am looking at a hit for that going into next week. Another name that I wanted to discuss, pretty bullish on this one as well, and it's just keep on moving. It's MRNA, Moderna. If you guys don't know what this name is, it's the vaccine, one of the vaccines. And here we are on the 4-hour time frame, and nothing but bullish. Big breakout from the bull flag that we had here Here is last week. I'm going to show you, zoom in here. This was the flag pull. This is the flag itself. We broke out, pushed all the way to 342, got rejected, big move down, held support at that 289 mark. We did have a few candlesticks here consolidating around that support line. So if you missed this breakout here, right here at 349, you pretty much had about 2 or 3 chances to get back in. Okay, so we did close Friday session pretty bullish. We were up around 23% for the week. So congratulations to the bulls that, entered it on Monday and also caught my stream from last week. It was pretty much gold last week's stream, Moderna, Roku, Facebook, all killing it. Again, with Moderna up 23% for the week, I am looking at that 350 resistance above 350. We do have targets of 355 and 360 respectively. And if we do not see a push higher, definitely look for support at that 342 line, which was the high of this candlestick rejection here. Again, old resistance turn support, 342 is key. And if that breaks, look for that 330 to 325 area where we did have some price action here before we broke out. So those two areas are key for me, 342 and the 330 to 325 area for key support if we do receive a pullback. However, I am pretty bullish on Moderna, but guys, just keep in mind that we were up 23% for the week, and prior to that week, we were up around 10 to 15% as well. So anything that goes up this fast without much support built, it goes down quickly as well. So take profits and look for a pullback, judge to see how market conditions are doing, and then you can re-enter all the time. Okay. So that is Moderna, MRNA on the 4-hour time frame, and I am pretty bullish on that. Another name had a earnings beat, SNAP, Snap. Here we are on Snap. As you guys can see here, we are on the 4-hour time frame. It broke to all-time highs at that $79 mark. Closing Friday session pretty bullish at 77.97. Let's just say 78. Obviously, we did have clear resistance here back on February at that 73 line. We also had resistance here back on June, where we couldn't break that area. June, July, we couldn't break that $70 line. So obviously, we had tough resistance to break, and earnings broke through that. Again, what you want to see is a continued move above that $80 mark for take profits at 83 and 86. I am going to switch over here to the 1-day time frame, and just to give you guys an outlook of how the chart looks like, pretty bullish to me. Above 80, like I said, 83 and 86 are my targets. I also have 90 as my extra bullish target heading into next week. We also received multiple analyst upgrades from UBS, JP Morgan, and Jeffers. So I am pretty bullish on Snap going forward. Now, to the downside, if we do receive a pullback right here on the top of this candlestick right here on back in February, is that 73.50 line. This is clear support here. If that were to break, my next level of support would be that $70 mark. And if we do receive a sell-off, look for 65, where we did have clear resistance here for about maybe 3 or 4 months, unable to break that $65 line. So those three are support zones to the downside if we do see a market sell-off or weakness of any sort. Okay, so that is Snap on the daily and the 4-hour time frame. Another name, Chewy, CHWY. Chewy caught my attention because, we have been consolidating into this zone underneath that $88 level back from basically mid-March. And here we are in the end of July. So we are testing this $88 mark once again. And I'm looking to see if that breaks. So above 88.50, I am looking at targets of 94 and 98 to the upside, which would be pretty bullish for me. However, if we do see a rejection at that 88 mark, look for 83 to that 78.50 mark as key support. We also have extra strong support here at that 65.52 zone. If for whatever reason we do get a pullback with the market conditions and all, look for 65.52 as strong support. Okay. I want to bring that to your attention. Another name, obviously with strong earnings, Twitter, TWTR. We just have added this to our wealthy mentor trading on Discord as one of our swing names. So bringing this to your attention, we do have all-time highs at 80. We did have strong earnings, but unfortunately, we still couldn't break that $72 to $75 barrier. I am going to be looking at that going into next week, definitely. So we do have resistance at 75 and 72 going back to all the way to February of this year. So we're going to need some convincing volume, much like this right here on the 4-hour over here again. Something like this over here to break past this, because that's what we're going to need. We're going to have buyers step in above that $75 line to take profits at that 81 all-time highs. And obviously, if we break all-time highs, I do have targets of 85 and 90 if we're really bullish on Twitter. Now, to the downside, we do have $66 as key support. As you guys can see here, we did consolidate here, holding that line. So 66 is key support. If for whatever reason market sells off, we do have next support at that $61 to $60 range. Okay, so that is Twitter on the daily time frame, and I am pretty bullish on Twitter. I feel that there's a breakout coming soon, but first things first, 75 must be broken. Okay. Another name that caught my attention, HD, and that is Home Depot. Guys, we did have a strong push on Home Depot here on the daily time frame, pretty much a beeline all the way to all-time highs at 345. We received a healthy pullback down to that $300 psychological point. And here we are now again, retesting, you know, pretty much almost that 335 line. So going into next week, I am looking at a break above 335 for potential targets at 338 to 340. Overall, when we broke through that 328 resistance, which was pretty strong here, that we couldn't break back on April, it just showed me that the strength is in the bull's favor. And I am looking at that 335 as the next area to enter for potential take profits, like I said, from 338 to 340 and even 342. And who knows, if we're really bullish, we might even touch all-time highs again at that 345 line. Okay, so that is HD. Keep your eyes on that one. It is trending higher, and let's see if we can break that 335 line. Another name that's part of our IPO swings, it's ZI. Here we are on Zoom Info. The reason why I want to bring to your attention this stock is because we do have all-time highs in sight at that $60 line. But first things first, we also obviously have clear resistance at that $54 line. We've had multiple touches and we were unable to break that. However, we are trending higher now, and we do have earnings coming up on August the 2nd. So a lot of stocks tend to push up in anticipation of good earnings. So keep this name in mind. So I am looking above that $54 line for potential take profits at 57.5 and $60, which is all-time highs. So keep this name in at your watch list going into next week, just for that reason, that 54 is being tested once again. Now, to the downside, obviously, we've had multiple rejections at 54. Let's just say we receive another rejection. I see $50 as key support, 47.5 as the next key support. And if we do get an earnings bomb, we could potentially see us all the way down to that $41.5 range on ZI, I should say. Okay, so that is ZI Zoom Info on the daily time frame. And one last name I want to discuss, and that's also part of our daily watch list, our day trading watch list, is doku, DOCU. And doku kind of sneaked up on us here. We were pretty much dead down here at that 180, 190 area before we pretty much beelined all the way to all-time highs. And, I'm going to zoom in here to give you guys a better view. And going into tomorrow, I'm definitely looking above that 310.50 line. We did close just below that on Friday, below that 310 support. Um, it's making all-time highs. Obviously, clear resistance is at all-time highs at 350, 310.50. So above that, I am looking at 315 and 320 as my bullish targets. However, guys, we did push really hard the past few days on doku. So, you know, pullback is not always guaranteed, but keep that in the back of your mind. So what I'm looking at is that $300 psychological support. It was a top wick right here. So I am looking at a test of 300 before moving higher to 315 and 320. Is basically just shows the strength of the stock. I personally would want to see a test of this, then a move higher. It just shows that we're building support and that there are buyers continuing to pop in at 300 to move higher instead of just beelining straight up, because usually what goes straight up comes back down, and you want to build proper history and support along the way on the move higher. It's just healthier. Okay. So that's key support, and obviously, we are all-time highs on doku. So this is another name that you should be watching and add it to your watch list. All right, guys, those are all the names that I want to discuss. Please head over to thewealthymentor.net to get signed up for our 30 days for $30 Discord channel. Great service, and it offers a lot of perks. And if you have any questions, hit me up on IG at Wealthy Mentor Trading. All right, so this will be it for today's market stream. I hope you learned a lot. Please share it with your friends and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, please leave a comment in the comment section. And we also have our links to our Discord channel in the comment section, in the description, I should say, if you require a direct link to that. All right, thank you so much.